smoking, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this one's not, this is amending it, it's not repealing it, rewriting it like the previous one. But the last one, and forgive me, because I wasn't here at the other meeting, so maybe you did talk about it, but the other one had a designated area for smoking that was set up. What happened to that? I'm not a smoker, but, you know.
The ordinance only changes, we repealed one paragraph that said that the mayor and council can designate an area by resolution a smoking area. We repealed that section, which then subsequently makes them all non-smoking. That's all that we did, to change that.
And that's what I'm questioning. Why did you do that, where you are not going to have a designated area over at the rec?
Well, that's not an answer for me, the council did that.
We made all the park, we chose to make all the parks non-smoking.
I see that.
Well, that's your answer. That was our choice. We chose to do that.
You chose to do that?
Right.
I mean, were there any smokers that came and talked, or were they even aware of it?
It's the public hearing.
This is a public.
You're
Yeah,
right.
and there was one, yeah, and it was advertised in the paper, you say. Well, it's sad, because I mean, I was a smoker. Unfortunately, I understand the addiction of smoking. I mean, I wouldn't even cold turkey, but, you know, there are other people that can eat cold turkey. Unfortunately, it's our plan, but I mean, it's obviously water under the bridge, you're gonna vote for it. I mean, I'm not here standing up for smokers' rights, but I was a smoker.
Mayor, just one other comment. Bruce, it's an athletic field where most of the people out here are going to be children. It wasn't something we wanted out there for role models and et cetera. So I think we're all fully aware of what we did, and yes, I'm sure we're going to work for it.
How about e-cigarettes? Are they addressed at all?
Pardon?
E-cigarettes. That seems to be a sticky point. Legal sticky point.
Leah, smoking.
All right, and you're not gonna answer that one?
No, and I think you also have, as you all know, I've been smoking for many years, you also have the issue of filters not being biodegradable, they collect, they block things up, and, you know, it's,
All right,
they
well,
glitter, it's.
Well, I understand the prohibition now, but I'm just asking about the e-cigarettes.
E-cigarettes were not addressed.
Thank you.
Anybody else who should be heard with regard to ordinance 14-14? Now, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 14-14?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, motion to adopt ordinance 14-14.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 14-14, Mayor.
Is there a second out there?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Tarantino?
Aye.
Councilman Martin?
Aye.
Councilman Mackey?
Aye.
Councilman Yearson?
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli?
Aye.
And Councilman Tedesco?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Ariano, please read ordinance 14-15 by title only.
Yes, Mayor, an ordinance fixing the salary between and Ariema Borough Administrator, Municipal Clerk, as per the settlement authorization in the matter of Ariema versus the Borough of Garwood, and as directed in Resolution 14-279, adopted October 28, 2014.
Is there any correspondence concerning ordinance 14-15?
None, Mayor.
Is there anyone present who wishes to be heard concerning ordinance 14-15?
Good evening, Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, the council, Bruce Patterson, 325 New Avenue. I'm looking at this, I saw this in the newspaper, and I'm scratching my head over this. I would assume whatever this settlement was, that you agreed to these numbers, it somehow came about. Who was agreeing to all this? I guess the current base from 2011 to 2014 was the normal base salary plus whatever raises the borough administrator was getting every year, right? That's the current base.
I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, finish the question, I'll try to answer it if I can. I think you were asking what was the process or who approved of it?
Yeah, I guess,
You want to get through that?
this was many times went into executive session, I guess, right?
Yes, did you want an answer to those questions? I'll try to give them to you if you want. I mean, I understand I wasn't handling this particular case, but there were a number of discussions with the attorney who handled the case, and ultimately, as a result of discussions that were had, the matter was settled. And there were a number of terms of the settlement, and among them were the terms that you see in the ordinance. So, I guess what I'm trying to convey to you is that the terms of the ordinance are part of the terms of the settlement.
The new base, I'm just wondering why the calculations were for every year, and so then there was a new base. I guess it's not.
Because that's the terms of the settlement. It's the
That's
simple
the
answer.
terms of the settlement that was all agreed. Okay, thank you very much.
Anyone else wishing to be heard with regard to ordinance 14-15? There being no one else stepping up, please may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 14-15?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And may I have a motion to adopt ordinance 14-15?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 14-15, Mayor.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Tarantino.
Aye.
Councilman Martin.
Aye.
Councilman Matthew.
Abstain.
Councilman Neerstead.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilman Fidisco.
Aye.
This evening, we're going to be introducing an ordinance, and Ms. Ariano, will you read ordinance 14-16 by title only?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance to amend 30-14 group medical insurance in Article 2, employee compensation and benefits in Chapter 30, personnel policies of the Code of the Borough of Garwood to amend subsection B, statement of policy, to reflect the provisions of L 2011 C 78 and to repeal subsection C, stipend on waiver of group medical insurance coverage, to repeal the stipend for waiver of group medical insurance coverage.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 14-16?
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance 14-16, Mayor.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Tarantino.
Aye.
Councilman Martin.
Aye.
Councilman Matthew.
Aye.
Councilman Neerstead.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilman Fidisco.
Aye.
Okay. You all set?
Yes.
We'll be moving into committee reports at this time. Councilman Martin, police and committee.
No report, Mayor.
Public health, Councilwoman Fidisco.
No report, Mayor.
Streets, roads, and ecology, Councilman Neerstead.
Thank you, Mayor. Last night, Streets and Roads Committee met with a certified recycling professional who is extremely familiar with Fanwood's operation to further discuss options available to the borough to change our garbage and recycling operations to make them more efficient and more cost-effective. Discussion ensued about the costs and benefits of municipal versus private hauling system, actual cost for the borough to manage its own facilities similar to Fanwood's, market volatility of commodities, the current status of state, national, and actually international recycling processes, and the need to change with times. The final recommendation was that we contact Rutgers University and also one of its professors who runs a business in the private sector as to what is needed to conduct an analysis of our current operation and how best to proceed. The committee continues to work towards recommendations to make our system more efficient, cost-effective for our residents, and actually results in materials being recycled. Unfortunately, I had two people scheduled to come last night, and unfortunately, one of them ended up being admitted into the hospital during the day. So he wasn't there. The other person was very helpful, and I am going to pursue those two recommendations. And as the individual indicated to us, recycling is a very dynamic field with everything changing within it constantly. So I think there will be some changes recommended in the spring of next year. I don't know what they are right now. And that's it for my report, Mayor.
Thank you. You have heard the report of streets, roads, and ecology. Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept, Mayor.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Council? Yes, ma'am.
I would like to ask the committee if they, when they're talking about recycling, our contract as it exists ends on June 30th.
Right.
And if, no matter what you do, it would make it effective July 1st.
Right.
And that kind of is difficult to prepare a calendar based on, you know, if you switch vendors in the middle, you have to put it out for bid and you have to say to the vendor, you have to pick the garbage up on this date or else we have to make a new calendar. So it would probably be better if we could switch to a 1/1 recycling date. And if you're gonna go out for bid, perhaps we could just extend the one we have for 6 more months so we can make it effective 1/1. It's just something that I find when I'm doing the calendar, I have a problem with. This way, if you bid it, you could bid it open-ended and say to the vendor, okay, whatever, you may get more bids, you may get better prices if he has the opportunity to pick when he's gonna pick up your garbage.
I understand what you're saying, we'll certainly take that under advisement. I don't see this, even with the recommendations coming out, there might very well be changes for residents in terms of how the recycling is actually picked up, because the bottom line is that what we're doing now is single stream. Single stream does not pay. They're actually encouraging everyone to go back to what we used to do, which was source separated. And I don't think that's gonna be accepted by everyone overnight. So I understand what you're saying, we'll certainly keep that in mind. And I don't think this is gonna be a quick process anyway.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Fire, Councilman Matthews?
No report, Mayor.
Finance, Councilwoman Fusco?
No report, Mayor, I think we covered it all in workshop.
Buildings and Grounds, Councilman Petrozelli?
No report, Mayor.
Water and Light, Council President Hannah.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, there is one application for a raffle license. The Laws and License Committee recommends the adoption of resolution number 14-298 for the application of one on-premise 50/50 raffle license to be held February 28th, 2015 at the Westwood, 438 North Avenue, by Junior Women's Club of Westfield. That is all for my report, Mayor.
All right, you have heard the report of laws and licenses. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes, recommendation there and be adopted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Recreation, Councilman Petrozelli?
No report, Mayor.
Committee on Aging, Council President Tarantino?
No report, Mayor.
Library, let's see what I have here. The library will be hosting 2 special programs in the month of December to celebrate the holiday season. The first is a musical program called Cracked Walnuts. And a husband and wife team will be performing unique holiday and Christmas music. This will take place on Tuesday, 6th of December. No, that's wrong. 16th, sorry, at 7 p.m. Advanced registration is required. The second program is for the very young children, and it's on Saturday, 12/20, from 11 to 12:30. Light refreshments will be served. There's room for approximately 50 children, and advanced registration is required for that as well. The library would like to remind you that to register for any of the programs, you can either do it in person, over the phone, or on the interactive calendar on their specific website. Also, the library will be closed Wednesday and Thursday, December 24 and 25, but they will be open on the 26th and 27th, which is Friday and Saturday after the holiday. And also, they will be closed on December 31st and January 1st. The last toddler story time of the year will be on the 17th of December, and we'll be resuming on January 14th. Friday movies, which is pretty popular with the seniors, will be on the 12th of this month, as well as December 19th. And then that will be suspended until January 9th. There will be none on the 26th or the 2nd of December or the 2nd of January. And lastly, the director and the entire staff of the Garwood Public Library wants to extend their best wishes for the holiday season and for a happy and healthy new year. And that concludes my report. May I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. School board liaison, Councilwoman Tedisco.
No report, Mayor.
Celebration of public events and holidays liaison.
Oh, yes. On November 29th, Garwood held its annual tree lighting and a visit from Santa Claus, which was very well attended. Each year, it seems there are more and more children who attend the event. All the children were given candy canes from Santa and a Christmas stuffed animal. It was a brisk night, so hot chocolate was welcome together with the donuts. We wish to thank Walgreens, who donated the photographer and one picture for each child to be picked up at Walgreens of Cranford. And to Dunkin' Donuts, who donated half the cost of the 15 dozen donuts. The hot chocolate and the other half of the cost of the donuts were donated by a resident. Celebrations will be starting its calendar for next year, and we are coordinating the beginnings of a Garwood cookbook. Last time we had a cookbook was in 2003 at our centennial celebration. More information on this will be forthcoming in the new year and with the first newsletter of 2015. On behalf of the Celebrations Committee, we want to thank Mayor Quattrocki, and we especially wish to thank her for her support during her term in office. That is my report.
Thank you. You have heard the report of celebration of public events and holidays liaison. Do I have a motion to accept?
To receive and spread across the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Union County Air Traffic Noise Advisory Board Representative, Councilman Matthew.
No report, Mayor.
Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative, Councilman Petrozelli.
Thank you, Mayor. The monthly construction meeting was held today, December 9th at Borough Hall. In attendance were Borough Engineer, DPW Supervisor, the Architect, and Flanagan's Construction. As of November 25th, the contractor was given a temporary certificate of occupancy from the Cranford Building Department. On December 4th at 5 p.m., a Musco Lighting representative, Bob Zoller, took light level readings at both fields. A total of 85 readings were taken on the baseball field and 54 readings were taken on the soccer field. A local resident also attended and was invited to voice his concerns, and they will be addressed. The lighting on the fields can be controlled 3 ways: through internet if a schedule is provided. Call an 800 number, which is actually, they have an office in Iowa, and it's staffed 365 days a year. And they actually turn on about 80,000 fields, per day throughout the United States. Or you can actually turn the lights on through your iPhone. A list of individuals from the borough and baseball were there to hear the information from the Musco rep. A walkthrough was also done today, and a small punch list was made and will be addressed by the week's end. That's all from our report.
Thank you very much. You have heard the report of the Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Yes, Mayor. Would we like to remind everyone about Sunday?
Sure, everyone can come Sunday for the ribbon cutting on December 14th at 1:30.
Okay, and also, did you do, I think you mentioned it, but I zoned out for just a second. Did you do the walkthrough for the lighting with the one particular resident?
Yes, yeah, with Jeff Brink, yes.
And how did that go?
Musco's looking into what they can do. Also today, there was a meeting with Public Service, and they're gonna look into moving all the security lights. So they'll know better by the end of the week, where they can move to.
Okay.
And also that other security light that was problematic, was that addressed already?
Well, that was the one.
The original one.
Yeah, yeah. That was the one where there was a meeting today with Public Service at 1 o'clock. We spoke about that.
So when they did the test lighting for the field, was that the only house that had an issue with the light shining, or was there any other homes that were
It was
affected?
pretty much just that house because that pole was about 20 to 25 feet away from his home. So, I also know that, Bill, you guys are out there, we're gonna be planting some white pines or something like that.
That is correct.
That is correct. We'll stay, some coverage.
Directly underneath that pole, the entire length between the property line of the neighbor and the walkway that's there. So yes, it's about 18 feet, so we should have enough room.
Okay.
And the gentleman that came from Musco was also very helpful I mean, it's kind of common sense, but he also pointed out the fact that being that the project's done in December with little to no leaves on the trees, you're getting the full effect of the lights, but the fields won't be lit up, you know, in December going forward. So with the tree coverage, as was just mentioned, you know, that will help a lot too. So,
But they can do something, it's just a matter of.
especially with the one house.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what they can do, that's what we gotta look into, you know, what adjustments they can make.
Will the trees actually do something? Because are the trees gonna be that high, as high as the lights?
I'm not saying for that particular home, but the homes in the back, behind the building, behind the playground, they're obviously seeing an increased
Okay.
amount of light. And so that would help block them out too.
Alright. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, officers' reports, Ms. Ariano, please read the officers' report.
Municipal tax collector Aggie Creswell, monthly report for November 2015.
May I have a motion to accept the officers' report as presented?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Okay, public comment.
Hearing
I just want to know if there's any, well, no, I need to offer it, Mr. Neer.
Not that long.
But you can give me your stress ball and I'll throw it away. No, anyone else have any comments to make? There being none, we will close the public comment first of the meeting, which we will, there's no consent. Okay. And I got it.
There you go.
We will now be moving along to the consent agenda. Are there any resolutions that anyone would like deleted from the consent agenda? May I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as is?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, roll call please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Tarantino.
Aye.
Councilman Martin.
Aye.
Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Mearsid.
Yes.
Councilman Giselle.
Aye.
Councilman Tedisco.
Aye.
Okay, since there were no resolutions deleted, we'll move on to.
I do have a resolution that you didn't delete, but I have to read, I created. Okay, resolution 14305, whereas the council of the Borough of Garwood adopted resolution 14294, setting the date for the annual reorganization meeting for January 2nd, 2015 at 6:00 p.m. And whereas the council desires to amend the reorganization date as follows: be it resolved by the council of the Borough of Garwood, County of New State of New Jersey, hereby set the date for the reorganization meeting of the mayor and council for 2015 for Friday, January 2nd, 2015 at 7:15 p.m. in the council chambers of the municipal building, 403 South Avenue.
Okay. May I have a motion to adopt? Resolution 14-305.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 14-205, Mayor.
May I have a second?
Second.
Do we
Is
need
that the right
discussion?
14-305.
Second. Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion with regard to that while we're on the subject? No? Okay. I said discussion, I didn't say moaning and groaning down there.
Sometimes
Roll
the
call
two
please,
sound the
Ms.
same.
Ariano.
right.
Council President Tarantino.
Aye.
Councilman Martin. Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Mearsid.
Yes.
Councilman Giselle.
Aye.
And Councilman Tedisco.
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Ariano, please read the payment of claims resolution.
Be it resolved that the following claims as approved be and the same are hereby ordered paid when properly signed and verified in the payment of payroll as listed and hereby confirmed and ratified.
May I have a motion to adopt the payment of claims?
So moved.
May I have a second? Okay. Roll call please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Tarantino.
Aye.
Councilman Martin. Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Mearsid.
Yes.
Councilman Giselle.
Aye.
And Councilman Tedisco.
Aye.
I would just like to expand a little bit on what Councilman Petrozelli said with regard to the ribbon cutting on Sunday, 1:30 at the Borough, at the new facility, and there will be refreshments, and we do encourage the residents to come take a tour of the facility. And those who haven't, I believe they will be quite pleased with how it turned out. It's very nice.
I have a quick question now.
Yes,
Do we have big scissors?
yes.
Okay, good.
We have big scissors and a ribbon, and we're all good to go. The regular meeting of the mayor and council will be held on Tuesday, December 23rd, 2014, in council chamber at 7:15 p.m. Workshop sessions start at 7. There will be a public hearing in council chambers on ordinance 14-16 on Tuesday, December 23rd at 7:15 p.m. or soon thereafter. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
May I have a second?
Second.
I've got every single one this year so far.
Well, that's good.